who needs to have a big game against the Patriots defense? Who on the Niners offense needs to have a big game against the Patriots for the Niners to win this game? And I say this because the old truism about Bill Belichick that he's going to do everything in his possible to take away your two strengths on offense. And the Niners' two strengths on offense are their run game and George Kittle. So, I mean, Kittle's still going to play. They're still going to run the ball. But who else needs to step up for the Niners to win this game?
It's got to be the undrafted rookie. We were just talking about him, and it's got to be Hasty because I don't expect McKinnon to go run the ball 4 yards per carry against this Patriots defense, and he's probably going to get the start. So then Shanahan's going to lean on Hasty at that point, and if Hasty doesn't get it going, Kyle Shanahan, that what Jack alludes to, he's going to just not run the ball anymore, and he's going to put the game in Jimmy's hands. And to try to beat Jimmy, to beat Bill Belichick, that's going to be really difficult. So I believe Hasty's got to have a big game against this defense. And when I say big game, I'm saying probably just give me 4.2 yards per carry. You don't have to do the whole Mostert's 5 yards, 6 yards average. Just give me 4.2, and I think that'll be good enough to get this offensive flowing against New England.
I'll go with Trent Williams just because I think if he's healthy enough to go, I think that could be a little bit of an issue. But Chase Vinovich has 2.5 sacks and 6 QB hits. Shalik Calhoun has 2 sacks and I think 2 forced fumbles this year. We saw how good Garoppolo looked when he was not faced with pressure, and then we saw him miss that Kyle Juszczyk wide open play when he was faced with pressure. And I think that's going to be a big issue is the Patriots are going to get in Garoppolo's face, and if Trent Williams can give him 0.3 more seconds of time, that could be the difference of a Juszczyk 40-yard catch or an incompletion.
That was a really good answer. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Good one, Maverick. Yep. What about you, Jack?
That's good. I'm going to go with the one I think is probably the most one that everybody's probably thinking. That's Garoppolo. Garoppolo has got to play good this week. Yep. They're not going to get away with what they got away with last week when it comes to just the handoffs to Samuel and the little swing passes that he's going to have to be able to make throws down the field this week. He's going to have to be able to I'm not even saying downfield like deep throws. Just he's got to be able to complete some passes past the line of scrimmage.
Yes. Yes.
Last week he was I think about 58% on those. So if right now that's with him going against Belichick's going to really he's going to look at what they did against Miami. He's going to double Kittle, and he's going to just his corners and safeties are going to play a little deep, probably about 5 to 10 yards, and he's going to say, "Hey, get it past us."
Yeah,
we're going to let's see you be consistent and drive the ball down the field on us.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys all had really good answers. I'm going to name like multiple people because there's so many people that need to step up. First of all, Mike Mcglinchey. Dude, you need to have 2 good games in a row because you're going to get a whole lot of Chase Winovich. Once Trent Williams shows that he's healthy and he can be in the game, they're coming after Mcglinchey. Second, Hronis Grasu. He's the weak link on the offense. He needs to be acceptable. And it seemed like what happened against the Dolphins is the Dolphins use lots of different fronts. One time it'll be a 6-1 front. One time it'll be a bear front with 5 guys on the line of scrimmage and both guards covered in the center. They vary it. And so what needs to happen is the center has to get to the line of scrimmage and assign blocking assignments. You take him, the Mike's this guy. And particularly in pass protection, they were getting it wrong, and there were a lot of free rushers, guys that weren't getting blocked. Trent Williams and Laken Tomlinson going to block the same guy and no one blocking a lot of that stuff. So Grasu's going to have to be on point with that stuff because Bill Belichick's going to really make it tough for him. That's 2 guys. And then, so those are 2 guys that have to play well, Grasu and Mcglinchey. And then 2 guys, if a couple of guys who could step up and really help the Niners would be Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, it's not that he hasn't played well. It's just, to me, he doesn't get enough opportunities at all. He's like a 1 or 2 touch a game guy when he should be 4, 5, 6. I don't get that. And then also Ross Dwelley. I mean, he's catching 100% of his targets this year. He looked good against the Giants. He has no more opportunities. They're not going to have matchup advantages at wide receiver. I mean, Ayuk and Debo are going to have trouble against Stephon Gilmore and what's his face?
J.C. Jackson?
No, McCourty or J.C. Whoever it is. They have great corners on this team. And if the Niners try to force it to their young wide receivers, they're going to be in trouble. But the tight ends have matchup advantages. McKinnon has a matchup advantage in the pass game. Any one of these supplementary players at tight end and running back, if they could step up and get like a feature role in the pass game, I think they could have a big game too. So that would be the cherry on top. But Grasu and Mcglinchey really got to play well.
Yeah. And taking that another step further with Grasu, it really, if you go back and you watch what the Dolphins did, it was a lot of twist up front where they're bringing a linebacker basically from like the offense's left side across the center's face to the other side. And they just could not pick it up almost all game long, whether it was a pass or a run. So that's really going to be on Brunskill and Grasu to get that done.
Right. And that was Garland in that game. So maybe Grasu will be a step up, although probably not.